How's everybody doing today? We have AJ Delagarza in the latest edition of Gold Bazan, international footballer who plays for Guam's national team and LA Galaxy as a defender. It's great to have you on, AJ, and congrats on your recent win against the Southerners. And how are you doing today?
Good. How about you, man?
Not bad. I appreciate you coming on, my friend. First off, I'm just going to go on and just ask you a few questions. Being one of the most versatile defenders in the Major League Soccer, you've contributed to the LA Galaxy's success in the recent years. And as a result of that, you got selected to further help Guam's development with the experience you have at hand in order to help them to be able to compete in Asia. What did the call-up mean for you?
What did the call-up mean for Guam? It's my roots, and it's a part of me and my family, and I'm honored and privileged to be called into a national team. Period, and I've had a couple caps with the U.S. and I was proud of that, and I'm also proud to wear the Guam flag as well.
Right. We had the pleasure of talking to your manager, Gary White, on Goal of Bazan a few weeks ago. He's taken this nation up 51 positions in FIFA ranking, which is an incredible achievement by itself, which no one has done. And that's plenty of respect for that. How is it working with Mr. White, AJ? And was he the person that convinced you to play for Guam over the United States?
Yeah, Gary's let's say, for one, stubborn individual and coach, and he was on me until I just gave it a try, and obviously Guam's we're not ranked the highest national team in the world, and nowhere near that, but we got to start somewhere, and for me this was a challenge that I think I could take on and help the future of Guam football grow. And you see in the short year or two that I've been here, the strides and bounds and that we've just the respect that we gotten in the community and from the kids who are now coming out and wanting to play football.
Right. The thing that was really interesting to me was, just seeing you guys come off two historic World Cup qualifier wins, beating the likes of India and Turkmenistan, that has put you in the top of Group D, and that's something special to Guam, which honestly I didn't even expect that was going to be the case. Is there more belief now in the dressing room that you could advance, even though, it's early in the campaign to get to Russia? I just want to know how's the atmosphere in the dressing room, AJ?
Yeah, we're confident. We've watched video on all the teams in our group, and I think after every video that we watched, we're like, okay, we're not far behind these teams, and so we can beat them. And I think everyone has that belief in the locker room. And the last two games that we played were the first two games that we've ever played all together, and I think it's only going to get better with chemistry, and that playing time helps. And we're still a pretty young group in a lot of places, so guys got to learn quick how to close out games, how to finish their chances when they're there, and everything that it takes to be a good professional.
Right. And, just I had a curious question myself, not having been able to watch Guam, on specific standards. How would you guys characterize your style of styling play? I know, I was talking to Gary White, and he was talking about you guys have a more of an attacking style of football play, as opposed to now on September 3rd, where you're going to play Iran, as we know in Kyrgyzstan side, they're very defensive. Is that true that you guys have an offensive type of style to your game?
I think that's Gary's way of coaching us is, we don't go out to games to try to not win or try not to attack. I think that's always our mentality, and obviously we're going to be playing Iran, who is the number one team in Asia and been to the World Cup, and has a lot of firepower and star power on the team. So they're going to be a very dangerous team, and first and foremost, we have to be organized defensively so you can get the ball to go on the attack. So, that's my job in the back as a leader of the team.
And, playing for Guam, being versatile, are you playing as a center back for this team?
Yeah.
So, my next question is, AJ, knowing about Iran, what did you know about him previously, and the notable, players that have stood out to you watching on films and stuff like that?
I mean, we haven't really, pinpointed anything from them just yet. Last year we saw video against of Turkmenistan and India when we played them, and I mean, it speaks for itself that they were just in the World Cup this last year, so and we know how good they can be, and I mean, I know Stephen Beitashour from.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know he's on the team as well, and I'm sure they're going to be a very hard opponent, especially at their house.
The thing about Beitashour that is actually ironic, he still after the World Cup he still hasn't gotten called up, which I don't know why, but I mean that's once again Queiroz's tactics. Before the whole thing with the spiel of our players and stuff, did you know anything about Iran previously before being part of Group D, or like watching him in the World Cup? Did you know anything previously about Iran before all that?
The only thing I really knew was Stephen Beitashour, and
right.
That's because he was an MLS player, and
correct.
I've met him quite a few times. We were in U.S. camp together, a few years ago. So we both went our different ways, and trying to help out our countries, and that's really the only thing I really knew about them.
Mm-hmm. And the sad part is, you're pretty used to it as just FC Barcelona. You just play with in front of a huge crowd. Unfortunately, the game won't be at Azadi Stadium, which everybody thought that was going to be the case. It's not going to be in Karaj, which is really close to Tehran, the capital of Iran. What are you guys expecting from the atmosphere in Iran? Because I know Gary Boy was talking about how he wants the fans to come out to see it, to get not players just like yourself or other Guineas players, just to get used to that atmosphere, playing in big atmospheres and like that. What does it mean to you guys?
To be playing there in front of their fans?
Yeah.
I mean, I think those are the games you get excited about. When everyone's against you and you're playing on the national team level. You have a whole country against you, and you want to go there and kind of prove yourself. And this team still has a lot to prove, and we still have a long ways to go, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
And just to final off with the final question, what is your biggest achievement that you want to achieve with Guam, AJ?
My biggest achievement, it's not about winning or losing. For me, it's about growing the sport in Guam, and like I said before, it's all about the kids now who can have someone to look up to and aspire to be, and have a role model who's at that level. They can say, okay, he did it, so why can't I? And that's the biggest thing for me, and that's the main reason I chose to play for him.
I appreciate it. I wish you guys the best of luck. I know your manager was an absolute pleasure talking to him. And I wish you guys the best on September 3rd against my country of Iran. Thank you so much, AJ, for your time. I know you're busy right now playing with the likes of Steven Gerrard and Dos Santos just signed with LA Galaxy, so that should be really exciting. Thank you so much, AJ.
No problem, man. Have a good one.
Thank you.